In this video, we will continue with trigonometric equations. You will find this on page 201 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Let's look at another example. Express the equation 5 plus 2 tan x over 3 plus 2 tan x equals 1 plus tan x, there it is, as a quadratic equation in tan x, and hence solve the equation. Stop there. Do you see this? Then it's radians. So put your calculator on radians. For me, I press on my Casio, FX82MS, it's an old one, but I press mode, and then I press 2. And then I see the little R, there's a little R on top, and I know it's in radians now. Okay, now I can start. Now, what do is I make the denominators the same. So in this case, you can also, you can do it like this, or I was thinking, if you put a bracket here and you put it over 1, then you can cross multiply. Now, if you cross multiply, then, but then you will sit with that 2 brackets. I see why. Then you will sit with this bracket and then you have to multiply that bracket also. So I think the best is, I think it will also work. Maybe I'll try to do it and see if it also works. Okay. I'm just going to, I need a bit of space. Okay, so I just want to see if we get the same. So it's 5 plus 2 tan x over 3 plus 2 tan x equals 1 plus tan x over 1. Then I cross multiply. But remember, if you put brackets, then you're going to have 3 plus 2 tan x, 1 plus tan x equals 5 plus 2 tan x. I'm just going to move it a little bit. So if I multiply then I multiply this, so I get 3. Then I multiply this, then I get 3 tan x. Then I multiply this, then I get 2 tan x. Then I multiply this, then I get 2 tan squared x. Okay? Going to be exactly the same. Just show you. Okay, then I bring this over, minus 5 minus 2 tan x, and that's equal to 0. Okay, and if I then, there's the tan x, this is like, this is like, this is like, this two cancel out, actually, so it's 2 tan squared x plus 3 tan x, and there is my constants, minus 2. Okay, and that's exactly what I got there. So 2 tan squared x plus 3 tan minus 2. So it doesn't matter. You can cross multiply, or in this case, I did not cross multiply. What I did, can I show you? I was making everything fractions, and then I took, this was my LCM, and I just multiply there with my LCM, and I multiply. But I came to exactly the same as I showed you there. Okay, now this is a quadratic trinomial, so this is group B. So I always just focus on the numbers and the sign. So make it 2. Let's just see what 1 and 2, 2 and 1, it doesn't matter. And because it must be 3, 2 and 1. So because this is 2, this is 4 minus 1 is 3. The biggest overcross, which is this, gets that term, a sign, plus, minus, and then tan x. Tan x. So it's 2 tan x plus 2, 2 tan x minus 1. Okay. And then you put this is equal to 0, this is equal. So you get a half after you did this. And then, okay, remember you are in radians, and it's so this is blocked out. And where is tan positive? Then only in the first one. And although this basic angle is to 4 significant figures, my answer is to 3 significant figures. The same here, remember this is blocked out. And then where is tan now? In this case, negative, it's there. And then it's pi, remember there is pi, minus this angle. And then I put the 2 on. Okay, so now we are back to radians. Make sure your calculator is on radians. I want you, because I'm going to work a little bit with the special angles, that's a clue, I want you to do number 2. So stop the video and do number 2. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay. Just going to make it smaller, then I can see better. I have more space, not that I can see better, but I have more space to write. That's the reason. Okay. Number 2. Express the equation this as a quadratic equation in cos. They're nice, they help you. Okay, so let's start with number A. Let's first write it down. So 2 cos squared x is equal to tan squared x. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm first going to go to cos and sin. We will later on go just to cos. But remember, this is sin squared x over cos squared x. Put it over 1, then I cross multiply. So I have 2 cos squared x is equal to sin squared x. Okay, but now I remembered that sin squared x is equal to 1 minus cos squared x. So if I'm going to sum, I'm going to have 2 cos squared x is equal to 1 minus cos squared x. Okay. Oh, sorry, this one must not be 2. Do you see I'm out? So this must be 4. I'll pick it up now. Okay. Because there was cos squared x times 2 cos squared x must be 2 cos 4x. Now I take everything over. So 2 cos 4x plus cos squared x minus 1, and that is equal to 0. Okay, now I can factorize. Now, if I factorize, remember, this is, I'm just focusing here. Let me see, the 2, this is a 1, and the minus. So let's see, it's 2 and 1, 1 and 1. 2 minus 1 is 1 because it's in group B. The signs are different, and the biggest over cross gets a plus, and this gets a minus, and this gets cos x, cos x. So I'm ending up with 2 cos x minus 1 and cos x minus 1. No, the one is a plus and the one is a minus. So cos x plus 1, that one is a plus. Do you see? And that is equal to 0. Okay. But don't forget, because this is 4, this is going to be 2, 2. Okay, now I have it correct. So I'm going to get cos squared x is equal to a half, because if this goes over and I divide by 2, or cos squared x is equal to negative 1. Okay, now, as soon as I see, and I said it before, and they can sometimes say do it without a calculator. As soon, remember your special triangles. Okay, let me first do the one. Remember, this one comes from an equilateral. So basically, this is 2, and if it's divided, it's 1. And this is square root 3. Can you remember? And this one, this was 60, but in terms of radians, it's pi over 3. So it's a 3. This one was 30, so it's taking the 6. So it's pi over 6. Okay. And don't forget your other one. So as soon as you see a combination 1, 2, or 1 square root 3, you go to your special triangles. So In this case, okay, let's first continue this one. As soon as I want, I must go and take the square root. Because this is I cannot find a negative square root. So I'm just going to say already reject. And the reason why is that you cannot get a negative square root. It must be plus, minus, and I must take a square root, and you can. So I reject that. I continue with this one. This one, I'm going to say it's cos x. I take this, it's plus, minus, and I take the square root of 1 over 2. Okay. But now, be careful, because now, if I'm taking the square root of 1 over 2, oh, it's not this anymore. Did you see? Because press square root, press bracket 1 divided 2, and let's just see. Square root 1 divided 2. Okay, let's just quickly see. If I take the square root of that, I'm going to, that's correct, but I'm going to write it now like this. Oh, sorry. Yes, I use my search. Do you see? So I get plus, minus, because I saw the square root didn't work on my calculator. Ah, now I see, oh, I'm not at that special. I'm at the 45, the isosceles. Now the isosceles is, this is 45, okay, 45, but that is always going to give me, not pi over 2, pi, I write always 2, but it's pi over 4. This is also pi over 4, because it's 45. And then, this is going to be 1 square root 2. Okay, now I see, 1 square root 2. This is my 45 one. Okay, or pi over 4. So, if I'm going to draw now, let's just go on. I'm going to draw my sketch, and I don't like lines. If I make a sketch, I like to look like a cost. And I don't forget what the question states. So it means this is blocked out. Okay, because there's pi. Okay, now, I want to make it a bit more like that. Now I'm going to say, okay, where is cos positive and where is cos negative? Can you see? So cos is positive here. So both will work because it's positive and negative. Cos is negative there. So both work. But now I want to work with this basic. Do you see this basic angle? Because it's 1 over square root 2. It's cos. So what is it? It's going to be one basic angle. It's going to be pi over. If you see you can go to the basic angles, do that. That's going to give you the most exact answers. Okay, yeah, they helped you. They said giving you solutions in terms of pi. That means if you see that special. Okay, so just see if it's this one or if it's this one. But because I saw that it's 1 square root 2, this one is having a square root 3, not a square root 2. That's why it was this one. So this is my basic. So now, for this one, it will just be pi over 4. But this is pi over 4. So the one angle of x is just going to be pi over 4. But the other angle of x, it's going to be that yellow pi minus the pi over 4, and that's going to be 3 pi over 4, or 3/4 pi. So my two answers, and can I emphasize this again? Giving your solutions in terms of pi, see that you find it's either going to be the basic angle, pi over 3, pi over 6, pi over 4, just depending on what combinations. So if you see square root 2, go for pi over 4. And if you see square root 3, then it's either pi over 6 or pi over 3. Okay, so I just want to end nicely by saying, therefore, x is pi over 4. I just repeat, or x Yes, and if you want, you can write it also like 3/4 pi. And that's your phi. I can just make this, I forgot, I can either put a C, or I can put rad for radians. Okay, but they don't penalize you if you don't write the units.